Yeah. So what inspired you to, I guess to pursue a path and get as deep as you have within the sport, within the industry? This isn't like your full-time.
It is.
Is it your full-time gig?
Wintertime, I still work a little bit. I just try to slow up work so I can be more open for stuff like this and chasing storms and just and testing stuff for timber sled and all that other stuff. So yeah, I definitely don't work as much. It's definitely still a job and something I love to do. And I'm super appreciative that I get the opportunities I do to get help with stuff just like this trip, to come do stuff that I would love to do just on my own by myself and my own thing, right? So my big thing, how I got into this is I was racing motocross back in the day, well, Canadian motocross, factory rider, and I was trying to find ways of, I had an IQ 440 Polaris race sled. I tried 1 year and I was like, this thing, I'm trying to find cross training instead of going to California for 2 months. It costs a lot. So we got tons of snow in Canada, so I might as well figure out something I can do with it. The race sled wasn't, no one really wanted to go make tracks. So I bought one of the first snow bikes. My friend let me try it. I was hooked. I called Timber Sled, Visa. I didn't even ask how much it costs. I was just like, rack it up, ship it to me. And I kind of got hooked up from that. And then I had another athlete that was a Timber Sled. I got him into it. And then he just got me into the right people, the owner at the time. And it kind of went from there. I never thought it was going to be like where I am right now. Yeah. It was just, I love motocross. I wanted to do something that was kind of like motocross. And then this thing turned into like a complete different level of amazing fun, people, relationships. And it's been an awesome journey.
Was there something that you can specifically remember that was just kind of like the light switch?
Yeah, when I was like on a dirt bike riding through tight trees overlooking God's country, I was like, I want one. Like, I loved it, and I'm passionate about dirt bikes, and I've sledded my whole life. Not as much as most people have, but I've always had sleds in my life and friends and cousins and stuff. And I just knew when I was on a setup that wasn't even set up really well. I think it was a Husky, and it was just, I borrowed it. I was riding a Cowie at the time. I just tried it out, and I was just like, there's something here. Like, this thing is so cool. And at that time, the ski was horrible. It was a 6-inch, and it just wasn't. Wow. It was a sled ski. We were running a sled ski, and like the technology now to what it was, or from then to now, is like, I have one of my old kits that I bought. I actually bought it back because I wanted to hang it on the wall because. Oh my goodness! It was like,
you found it.
Yeah, I found it.
That's rad.
Yeah, I found it, bought it back, same VIN, all my stuff. I don't want to say what I did to it, but I was very abusive to that kit. And I put it on my wall, and it's funny, like, even people will come over, I'll be working on my new Riot 3. And they'll look up and be like, man, that thing is old.
It's ancient.
Yeah, it's cool to see just how much the snow bike industry and timber sled has just stepped it up and made amazing. Like, what you rode today is dialed compared to like what I rode 13, 12 years ago, right? It was going down the trail was like, it was a full focus, and now you can like one-handed warm your hand up down the trail, and it's like, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So
watching the evolution of it change is amazing.
Super cool. Yeah,
amazing.
Super cool. And to see where it started, like the whole history of snow biking to where it is now, it's just building. It's yeah. And there's, whether it's snow biking, snowmobiling, winter motorized sport, I honestly don't know how anyone could not like it once they try it.
Yep.
Like, there's just nothing else in the world that takes you into places that you get to go, and the experience and the feeling you have while you're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, most people are on foot to get to these places, or they're stuck to a trail to get to these places. It is open zone, right? Like,
we jokingly call like snowmobiling and sledding and it's not like a phrase that makes us sound, but we call them poor man helicopters, because most of the people that only ever see that kind of terrain is helicopters, heli skiers, search and rescue, whatever it is. And we get to go into country all the time. Like today we had that vista, seen that mountain, the sun came out. It's like every time I see that, you got to pinch yourself and be like, man, this is
This is what.
Yeah,
this is why you do
no
it.
one can
This
see
is why
that.
you do
They're
it.
not
Yeah.
hiking in there.
No,
you know,
it's
to
just
see that.
beautiful. Like,
And
it's
we just
like,
happened to get it right then at that moment when it came out. You know,
and for me, it's like Twist and Throttle is a stress relief. So
Yeah.
you've seen the beauty stuff up there. It just makes life good.
Yeah.